Hi, it's Roy, Aqvavitae. This is the second blind taste challenge that I've done. The first one was with Vin from No Nonsense Whisky, and Jason has now nominated somebody else to take this challenge, and you can find out who that is at the end of the video. But the idea is that I take 5 samples from my own collection, and I need to thank Roberto, a friend of mine, for donating one of the samples in this lineup, and I send it down to Jason in order for him to open them, taste them blind, and complete a set of challenges, as well as a kind of semi-blind match-up to try and work out the distillery and the expression at the end. But he shoots all of this live and then hands the footage over to me for me to edit it down and produce this video that you're just about to see. It's a great fun and really cool collaboration, and I hope you enjoy it. You might be struck, as I was, especially at Jason's first pass, at how well he actually does at picking out the flavours and aromas and the expressions that's in front of him. Hang on to the end of the video to see how well he scored and who he nominated next. Enjoy it, and I'll hand you over to Jason.
Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome to an interesting and very new collaboration here on my channel where I'm going to be doing a blind challenge. Now this one was actually invented by Roy from Aqvavitae and Vin PF from No Nonsense Whisky, and they did a collaboration and did the first one in the sort of series where you're doing a blind tasting. It tests your senses. It tests pretty much your ability to find what you prefer without necessarily looking at a label or even looking at an age statement, ABV. All these different factors completely get thrown out the window as you're trying to try different whiskies. Now, as you can see over here, Roy sent me from Aqvavitae. If you haven't gone and subscribed to him, go and check him out. I think he'll leave his link. I'll leave his link up here somewhere. But he sent me 5 samples. He sent me instructions, and we're going to start with envelope number 1, which says open first. Now, I have opened this already, just because I wanted to be a little bit more familiar with what's going to happen. Open first. I'll reopen this one. So pop that over there, and we've got our instructions, which you'll probably see over here. So I'll quickly read this out for you. You are hereby nominated by No Nonsense Whisky. Number 1, place the coloured dots in the 5 Glencairn glasses. Pour the drams to match. So I'm going to quickly do that. And now Roy's actually filled these up right to the top. Now each one has its own dot, and I've associated that with each dot over here. So I'm going to be interested to see what Roy sent me, because he knows my personal preference when I was up in Scotland. He knows a lot of the whiskies that I like to drink. And the only thing I'm not hoping is for an unpeated Islay. Because that will completely throw me off, and there could be a curveball in here. So it's not necessarily to just test your ability to judge whiskies so thoroughly, but it's also to see what's your preference. And because nowadays you see too many people looking at a brand and without even trying other things. Ooh, that smells nice. So it's a nice way of just sort of experimenting. So we have those drams all poured now. We'll let them sort of breathe whilst I go through the next set of instructions. Number 2, nose and taste. Vocalize your thoughts. Guess only if you feel confident. This is fully blind. Don't overthink, just enjoy. Commit to your favorites. So I'll probably do my favorite over here and my least favorite over here. Try and complete the 5 challenges in the second envelope. So they're designed to help you focus and screw with your head a little. That's going to be quite interesting. After committing your answers to the challenges, open the third envelope. You are now semi-blind. Once you see what the drams are in front of you, you may choose to alter your guesses. This is your last chance before the full reveal. After matching the drams, open your final envelope and see how you scored. Be humble in defeat, raucous in victory. Nominate the next person to receive the challenge. We're going to start doing the second bit, which is the nosing and the tasting. So we'll start off with this. This is the 2 yellows. Okay, so one's like an orangey yellow, which we're going to start off with first. Interesting. This is, goodness, that's like pineapple, vanilla, sandalwood. Not really any spice on this one. Not lots of complexity. It's not even, it's not very sharp in ABV. God, that's something I've never actually smelled before. That's new. Honey, sort of like a honeysuckle. That is bizarre. Vanilla. I could probably see that being as like Speyside or something like that. It's not over the top. It's definitely not an Isla. Next one is green. Ooh, that smells familiar. That really does smell familiar. God, this is... Roy, you're going to get me in this one. It's got like a heathery note to this one. What is that? It's got a nice fruity character. Stone fruits, apricots, apples, green apples. There's something over there which is just like... It's like shouting at me, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. It's annoying. Actually, I want to have a sip of that one because that one's just really got me. It's like oaky character. What is that? This is the difficult thing with blind challenges or blind tastings. You never really know what you're getting. Ooh, that's got some really interesting characters. So blue in my Glengoyne glass. Pineapple. That seems quite young, but it's not high in alcohol volume. It doesn't feel so powerful, this one on the nose. I can't think. There's like a sweetness in the background. Almost like a caramel. No, like a toffee. There is a soft fruity note, but it's so faint. It's really, really difficult. I'm going to have a sip of this one. So, on the taste of that one, it's got a peaty character. That's very weird. On the nose, it wasn't that peaty at all. It got no peat on the nose almost. On the texture, on the palate, dry. A little bit of peat. But I don't know, it doesn't feel like an Isla. Probably like a Highlands. Okay, let's try this one. This one's very light, very pale. This is the red one. Ooh, very light on the nose. Bourbon cask, I think this one's all bourbon. Lots of green things in this one. Apple. Pineapple. Raw pineapple. There is a faint, ever so faint sort of... I'm just getting loads of pineapple. Starfruit. The fruit I had actually in Taiwan. The starfruit, that sort of reminded me of this. Goodness, this is so refreshing. This is going to be much more... I think this is just a bourbon cask maturation. There's no sherry influence at all on the nose. Okay, so on the palate, quite young. Very dry. Definitely getting pineapple, apple, pear, vanilla. Sort of a little spices, wood spices more than anything. A little bit of cinnamon, white pepper. No, I don't like that one very much, but it's quite light. Let's go. I don't think I've tried these two. But so far, these three, I like this one a lot, the green. This one, it was okay. That one, not really. So on the nose of this one, it actually is very different to normally some of the other whiskies I've normally tried. It's called like leather books. Actually reminds me of a copper 2p piece. But then on the palate, you get like dried mango. You get a little nutty character, almond. Peanut. Peanut, definitely. Almonds, yes. God's quite dry. That one's a tricky one. I have no idea what that is. I can't even think of what it could be. That one, in terms of preference, so I'm going to put them in preference right now. So I'm just going to see. I'm going to put green over here. Followed, what was this one? Put that there. Let me try. That one I liked a lot. That is, so green's going to be first, then that one. And then I need to decide on these. That's going to probably be the least. Yellow. This one again. There's like a faint sherry influence, but I think it's more bourbon maturation, this one. What do I think of blue? The blue is slightly peated on the palate. That, no. I like this one's nose better. So I'm going to go in this order, I think. So number one, I'm choosing as the green is my most favorite. The orangey sort of yellowy one is going to be my second favorite. The yellow is going to be my third favorite. The blue is going to be my fourth favorite. Well, it's least favorite. And then the red is going to be the one I'm not really a big fan of. So envelope number 2, challenges. Do not open until after nose and first taste. So Challenges. Find the Islay single malt. I think I know which one's an Islay. Number 2, find the non-Scotch. I didn't think Roy would put a non-Scotch in here, but he's done that. Number 3, find a bottling from the last century, from the 1970s. That's going to be a difficult one. That's going to be tough. Number 4, find the 25-year-old bottling. And number 5, find the 25-pound bottling. If I thought there was one that's going to be 25 pounds, I'm going to say this one straight off the back. Felt young and I didn't like it very much. I'm just going to put that out there. Find the Islay. So Islay was blue, I think, or was it? Wait, which one? Whew. That's definitely Islay. I'm going to pull these back actually. So blue is Islay. How do I move these? Move them to the side a little bit. Blue is Islay. Non-Scotch. I'm just putting the red as the 25 because I just didn't. I don't know. I don't find that a big fan of that one. That could be old. What is that? I really have no idea what Roy's put in here for me, but this is going to be difficult. That's winey now. The yellow ones become quite winey. I'm probably going to say this is a non-Scotch because it's gone very like white wine. I'm putting that as a non-Scotch, so that's going to be number 2. Number 3, last century. Ooh, that's got like a very old booksy sort of thing. This could be the 25. But this one tastes very familiar. Something about this one, this orange one, just, I can't understand. I've not tried something like this before. This I have tried before. I think I'm going to put this one here as something, I don't know, because that could be from the 70s. I've not tried so many whiskies from the 70s, but this one feels very, very familiar. It could be something from the Highlands. It's not about testing your ability, but it's about finding what you enjoy. Like, so for me there, I think that one I've tried before, and I know it's old. This one I have no idea, and I've never tasted anything like that ever before. So I think I've locked these in. I'm going to lock, this one is the Islay. This one, according to this, is a non-Scotch. It just smells very different. The green one is going to be the last century. Or maybe this one was the last century. I'm going to put this one last century. Want some more water. That's a 25. Yeah, that's 25. That's old. That's old, but I think that's old as well. And this one, red. You can see my facial expression. I'm not liking that red one. Yeah, I don't like that one. So next up, the challenge is, after committing to your answers, open the third envelope. Envelope number 3 says, a look through the letterbox, semi-blind reveal. Let's hope we are on point. So, this one here has all the different whiskies that is. And okay, so we have number 1, oh, sugar. Hakushu Distillers Reserve, being the NAS bottling from Suntory's Hakushu Distillery and being a Japanese. It's a non-Scotch in this lineup. Would I put as non-Scotch? Could be. Bunnahabhain 12-year-old is the Islay single malt, bottled at 46.3%, and standard Bunnahabhain from Distill, presented as natural colour, non-chill filtered, all per core range. So I said this was a peated, right? Yeah, that's peated, but yeah, that's it. 25-year-old Highland Park is the 25-year-old single malt, a previous edition of the official bottling of Highland Park's award-winning 25-year-old expression. What is that? 25 for... Yeah, that makes about sense. Tamnavulin, I hope I said that right. Tamnavulin, double cask, single malt Scotch, 40% ABV. In 2016, supermarket fodder, NAS from Tamnavulin, clearly formulated to achieve most aggressive price point possible, and yet not nearly as awful as everyone thinks. Let's see. That'd be number 5, right? I've never tried Tamnavulin, so I have no idea how it's going to taste. That could be Tamnavulin. And finally, the White Mackay 21-year-old blended Scotch, 70% proof, 26 ounces. This is a premium blended Scotch whiskey from the 1970s, aged for 21 years and presented in a 26 2/3 fluid ounces bottle at 70 degrees proof. Very old school. This distiller is from the 1950s and 1940s. Wow. Wow. Okay, which one did I say that is? That's number 3. Find a bottle from the last century. This one here. That smells old. But that definitely gives me the character Highland Park. When I think about it now, that's why it was so familiar. We recently celebrated the Christmas party, and Highland Park 25 was one of the ones that we had in our Christmas party. I've never smelled a White Mackay 21, so that's going to stay there. I think, what is this, number 2, the non-Scotch? I think this is a non-Scotch. It just doesn't smell Scotchy to me. And this definitely smells under 25 pounds. Sorry, that one it catches me really bad. After matching your drams, open the final envelope, see how you scored. So, envelope number 4, the keys to the door, full reveal. Ooh, this has got 2 things in it. So this here has this little thing over here, which I'm going to let you guys see at home. It's got Roy's logo, and it's got different colors. So red being Hakushu, Bunnahabhain 12 being blue, Tamnavulin double cask being yellow, Highland Park 25 being green, and White Mackay being that goldeny yellow orangey color. And we have the reveal. So where is the challenges? We're going to need the challenges, and we're going to need this. So being the Islay was this one, right? Number 1 is the Bunnahabhain 25, so I got that one right. The non-Scotch, which is number 2, which I said this one, non-Scotch Hakushu. Oh, I got that wrong. So this is Hakushu. I actually didn't like that one. I thought this was a non-Scotch. The bottle from the last century, 1970s, is a green one. No, not the green one, sorry. 1970s. White Mackay, which is golden thingy. So thank you, Roy, for a White Mackay 21. And he did say to me he had to delay sending this to me because he tried to find something very unique. That is very, very unique, and I've never ever tried this. So I'm going to enjoy this one. Ooh. So that's correct. Next one is number 4, the 25-year-old bottling, which has to be the Highland Park 25, which is green. Got that correct. This is the good thing about going to a really fun Christmas party is you get to try many crazy things. And that one was just ringing in my head. I don't know, something in it was matching familiar. And so that means the last one has to be wrong, which is the 25-pound bottling. And that is the Tamnavulin. So that was this one. So these 2 I got wrong. I got 3 out of 5. But But that's the thing with blind tastings. You really never know exactly what you like until you try the range, and it's one of the fun things. I highly recommend it. It's about growing, developing, understanding your palate and what I like. And so I think one of the ones I really liked was the Highland Park 25, and that's because I had it at the Christmas party, so it just automatically triggered like that in my brain. I didn't like the Hakushu, and I thought that was just too sharp. Tamnavulin, I've never ever tried it before, so again, that's probably why I got that one wrong. But overall, that's one of the things that you get with sort of these whiskey tasting and blind tastings. I'll be quite proud of that. Not the best, but in terms of nominations, I'm going to give the nomination to Keith at Malted Man Cave over out in the States. And so, Keith, I think Roy will be sending you a sample set out soon. On that note, thank you very much for the opportunity, guys. Thank you, Vin, for nominating me, and thank you, Roy, for creating this thing with Vin. Keith, best of luck in your one. On that note, this has been Jason WhiskyWise. I'll raise a glass, Slanja, and I'll catch you all for the next video. God, that was dry.